What's up, guys? It's your boy, Barca Boy 103. Just finished watching the match and Barcelona beat Rayo Vallecano 2-1. My voice is absolutely shattered, but cannot be more over the moon about this win. Winning at the Vallecas for the first time in 3 years in a jammy game where we absolutely dominated. We had referee decisions go against us, but yet again, this team continues to show its quality and beat adversity to get 3 points. That's now 9 points out of 9. All of the games this season have been 2-1 victories, no clean sheets. We'll talk about that as we progress in the video. Now, the starting line for this match is on the screen for you right now. Only one change from the last match against Bilbao, and it's at left back. Gerard Martin came in for Alejandro Balde. Everything else stayed the exact same, so no real surprise. We expected one change where it could have been, you know, Defers could have been that front four, midfield, wouldn't probably be at center back or right back, or maybe left back. In the end, Flick chose to go at left back. Now, we conceded very early on from Twat in goal, conceding at his near post for the billionth time. I mean, they worked that first 10 minutes. Vallecano were all over us. It was their first home game of the year. You know, the vibes are there, the confetti is out, everyone, you know, I understood it a little bit. We weren't getting battered per se, but they were definitely on top. Their one shot in that 10 minutes of dominance that was on target at Ter Stegen's near post, it goes in. You could say the player was screening him, whatever. I don't give a rat's arse. It's at your near post. How are you not saving that? After they score, Barcelona were on top, and we're on top until the 90th minute. Should we have scored before halftime? Didn't really see any clear-cut chances. The first half was shite. Anyways, I'll talk about it later on. Second half comes in. Pedri does a beautiful goal. He has the ball in the midfield on his own. He finds Raphinha wide, makes the run forward. Raphinha finds him in that open space in the box because all the other center backs were tracking Lewandowski's run that left Pedri wide open. Shot across goal. Beautiful. Lewandowski goal that was completely legal. Gets chopped off. Doesn't matter. But it's your boy, Dani Olmo. This is why you register your players on time. This is why. Because they are game changers. Again, it was Kounde and Lamine Yamal down that left-hand side. Lamine Yamal inside the box, cuts it back to Dani Olmo. He's in space. All he has to do is bend it bottom left-hand corner, and he does that to absolute pure perfection. And Barcelona go on to win 3 points. In terms of the team performance today, in terms of a rating, I would probably give it a 7 out of 10. That first half was mid. The second half was world class. Like I have there the caption, the second half masterclass secures the win, and it was as expected. We were all screaming at halftime, Dani Olmo, Balde, get them in pronto. He only brought on Dani Olmo, but that was enough to make a difference. And I tell you what, Ferran Torres' days are numbered. He has any sort of decent dignity, he'd leave in the final few days of the transfer window, but that's his story on its own. The first half, the main issue for me was we kept on holding on to the ball for dear life. Raphinha would dance around 2 players. You're like, okay, pass it, loses it. Pedri would dance around 3 players. You'd pass, he could pass it, he loses it. So much indecisive. Holding the possession was so poor as well. We pass it around 3 times and lose it, win the ball back. Another thing that we had a main issue with in the first half was winning second balls. Every second ball we lost. The commentators brought this up in the second half. It was a fantastic point. We just kept on losing second balls every single time. That first half was dire. Second half was much different. We progressed the ball well. We're in possession. We're making movements, transition. We're linking up play nicely. We win the ball back quickly. Everything is going forward. We had that bit of a spark back in us, the incentive to go forward. It was all just back. It was reminiscent of what we did against Bilbao after they scored the penalty with Sunset. Exact same thing. And we can just perform at that level for, you know, a duration period of time, we'll be absolutely fine. In terms of player ratings, firstly, Twat in goal can get a 4. I don't give a damn. Apart from the goal, did nothing else. Had some good catches. Distribution was shite. Oh my god, he got caught out in the first half. 4 for Ter Stegen. Because if we lost that game, or dropped points, I should say, I would have put a lot of blame on him. Kounde, I'll probably give Kounde an average 6. I thought he was terrible in that first half. Madre mia, Pacho, the left back of Vallecano, had Kounde on toes. Second half from Kounde, though, was much better. I'll give him an average 6. I have to talk about in this video Pau Cubarsí, and Inigo Martinez. I criticized both of these 2 players a lot in the first 2 games against Bilbao and Valencia, and I still stand by it. I think they were both very, very poor for both those games. Inigo wasn't too bad against Bilbao. Cubarsí on the ball was okay, off the ball was crap. credit where it's due. Those two tonight were sensational. Aerial duels, ground duels, in possession, from set pieces, holding onto the ball, making right decisions, slowing down the play when needed, progressing the play when needed. Hold my hands up. Pau Cubarsí, Inigo Martinez tonight were sensational. They both get an 8 out of 10 from me, especially in those last 10 minutes from Inigo. He was just doing some shithouse defendery, kicking it, booting it, putting his body on the line, and I absolutely loved it. Left back, John Martin. I've been saying this very consistently on the channel, and I still stand by it. I don't have no idea what Flick sees in him. I saw John Martin only a few times for Barca Athletic last season, and every time I saw him, he was crap. A lot of my friends and close colleagues that I know who watch Barca Athletic on a consistent basis told me John Martin was mid and not good enough for the first team. Preseason has one good half against Man City, and all of a sudden he's now a first team player. I fail to see what he's good at. Did not make one successful progressive pass forward. Put some good crosses in the second half when we were on top, but of course no one got onto the end of them. Apart from that, I had actually one good pass forward to Raphinha, which I believe led to the Lewandowski chance at the far post that Lewandowski just missed. Apart from that one progressive pass forward, every single time he either passed the ball forward, got intercepted, hit it too low, went out for a throw in, and then he just passed it back to Inigo, and those are all obviously all successful. I have no idea what Hansi Flick sees in John Martin, and I am worried because we just sent Alex Valle on loan to Celtic, and I tell you what, Alex Valle is clear of Jordan Martin, but of course we'll wait and see on that, but that could be Flick's first poor decision. In the midfield, Marc Bernal. For the consistency, for the duration of 90 minutes, he was by far, in my opinion, the best player for Barcelona. I will give him a very, very strong 8 out of 10. Don't think he was quite a 9, but I'll give him an 8. Hopefully his injury is not too serious, but he was sensational. I mean, in that first half, he was the only player that played well. I was memorized by what he was doing. The control, the touch, the turns, the link-up play, making the right decisions, spraying the ball, finding those intertracking passes in between the space as well. Second half, as the team progressed, he progressed as well. I love his body face. I don't want to say it reminds you of you know who, but it does, and he was sensational. I just pray that his injury isn't that serious. He was brilliant in my opinion. He's my man of the match for Barcelona. I'm judging it, of course, based on the whole entire 90 minutes. He was by far the best player. Pedri, I'll give also an 8. I would say Pedri is definitely the lowest 8 out of him, Inigo, Cubarsí, and Bernal. I think, honestly, Pedri's performance was a 7, but I'm going to bump up to an 8 for the goal. I think in the first half, he wasn't too bad, but again, I was so frustrated of him holding onto the ball. He danced around 3 players. I'm thinking, oh, mesmerizing. And then I'm like, all right, spray it out wide. You have Lamine Yamal wide open space, or go to the left where Raphinha is wide open, and he loses the ball. It was so frustrating to watch, but second half, much more calm, composure, 1-2 touches. He sprayed out wide. His link-up play with Lamine Yamal in that second half was disgusting. Superb performance from him, and hopefully he just has a knock and he's not too serious with his little injury as well. In the 10, Hugo Bonito, again, he was fantastic. Another 90 minutes from him, and he's, been superb. He's the captain, of course, on the pitch since Courtois is in between the sticks. He was brilliant again. The press, the intensity, creating chances, making run in behinds, linking up play with Lewandowski. Again, no goal nor assist for Raphinha, but I think he did play very, very well. I would give him a 7 out of 10 since everyone was kind of shite in that first half, but that second half performance from him was absolutely fantastic. Same goes for Lamine Yamal as well. I think he played well overall. I will give him a 7. The first half, he was kind of the only spark that we did have, but again, like Pedri, dance around 2 players, okay, pass it, find Kounde out wide on the right on the overlap, put in a cross in, and then loses it. So much frustration in that first half with holding on to possession. Second half, of course, looked much better. Got the assist, of course, for Dani Olmo's winner. Definitely will give Lamine Yamal a 7 out of 10. And finally, RL9, Robert Lewandowski. This might be a bit controversial, but I'm going to give Lewandowski a 7 out of 10. I understand that, he didn't get a goal or assist. My God, did he play the graveyard shift like no tomorrow. He got nothing in that first half. Absolutely nothing. Second half, of course, made a difference, making great runs in behind. Of course, scored the goal from a ridiculous and strong angle that, of course, was wrongfully ruled out. But I think in that second half, the link-up play, his hold-up play was brilliant. And I want to give him a bit of credit for his performance because I did think he played pretty well. In terms of the substitutions, Dani Olmo was the game changer. Without him, if we didn't have him coming on at halftime, and we didn't have Christensen injured and didn't have him registered, we don't win this game. Dani Olmo came in, made the difference, hitting the bar from the halfway line, gave us that extra spark. Of course, he was also making that dummy run as well to give Pedri the space for the second goal as well. Scored the winner. I'm giving him an 8. Not quite my man of the match. I know La Liga gave it to him, but of course that's going to be a bit of PR. But I'm sick with Mark Bernal for my man of the match. But I think Dani Olmo was fantastic. Ball that came in looked decent. A bit worrying defensively. He was a bit sloppy then, but it still looked clear of Gerard Martin. Fermin Lopez came in for just a little bit, and that was it. And I don't think there was any other substitution. Oh, Paul Victor came in for a bit. That was pretty much it. Finally, Hansi Flick. I will give Hansi Flick tonight a 7 out of 10. Of course, 3 points, can't go wrong. Was proactive at halftime, made the right substitution, credit to him. I just question what the hell he's thinking with Gerard Martin. That's my one thing. Secondly, as well, 3 games, no clean sheet. But if you do look at, I mentioned this in the live stream, all the goals we conceded were the only chances that we conceded in the game. Valencia, the Hugo Duro goal, I think apart from that, they had one other decent chance. Bilbao, the penalty from Sunset, that was pretty much their only like clear-cut chance in the game. Vallecano, apart from the goal, yeah, they got close a few times, like a cross, but like, ooh, so close and stuff like that, but nothing really on target. So we're conceding very, very quickly to very, very minimal amount of chances. We'll have to be facing Real Madrid tomorrow. They have 4 or 5 chances in the game. They're gonna score all 4 or 5 of them. That's a worrying sign for me that we're conceding the only like decent chances from each side. But I guess the game is a game. You just want 3 points to get the hell out of there, especially in these kind of... We do have, of course, a very difficult opening run in La Liga, difficult away ground as well. You know, Mestalla, Vallecas, you know, it doesn't get much harder than that. Of course, when you're touching the big boys like Benito Villamarin, Metropolitano, Berta Twat, you know, all this, the Berta Leo, should I say, sorry. So, I mean, that's my only really concern with Flick right now is him picking Gerard Martin as the backup left back for Balde, and then also defensively wise while we're conceding the one and only shot. Again, they're all mistakes. You know, the cross, again, the Mestalla, Kounde should have blocked it. Inigo playing a terrible high line as well. Sunset penalty, Kubarsi making a mistake, and then Ter Stegen making a mistake today. So they're all kind of mistakes leading up from great opportunities, but I'm a bit cautious about not keeping a clean sheet, at least one, in our opening 3 games. But I have to give credit where it's due for Flick. He did, of course, was very proactive in this game. Brought on Balde as well in the hour mark. Brought on Dani Olmo at halftime. These are things that Xavi did lack quite a bit. You know that I always talk about it a lot. Xavi not being proactive with his substitutions, his in-game management is always concerning. But Flick proving why he is, you know, a good manager and does have, of course, that top-level experience. So I will give him a 7 out of 10. But overall, I'm just ecstatic. And you can tell by this game that Barcelona just had to get over the edge because in that first half, you can tell we're just missing that extra spark. And that spark was the man himself, Dani freaking Olmo. And I can tell this team is at a good level, but it just needs that final extra, you know, oomph. And that oomph being a signing. So we got a few days left in the window. Hopefully we can pull off something. I don't know. We'll wait and see. We'll have a transfer video up for you guys tomorrow. But I cannot believe we won this game. I can believe we won this game, but I'm ecstatic. You know, 1.5 halftime, 1-0. You're thinking, okay, you gotta come up, you gotta climb a mountain. But Vallecano were crap in this game. Them and their stupid small stadium energy pisses me off. They think they're the biggin. They were so bad in this game, and that was the frustrating part. We kind of let them get into the game, but thankfully we pulled our head out of our arse and got the 3 points in the end. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this match review. If you did, of course, make sure you drop a like down below, and also down below in the comment section, let me hear your thoughts on the game, your player rating, your manager rating, your thoughts on the performance as well. And of course, make sure you guys subscribe down below as well if you haven't already, and I will see you guys next time on the channel. Take care, and Forza Barca.